This week on Eagle News, we visit with some students who are trying to improve our campus.
We have a teacher spotlight on Mr. Aragon.
Kellen and Logan recap sports in this week's edition of Crunch Time.
And finally, we have this week's announcements.
Welcome to this week's edition of Eagle News. I'm Hayden.
And I'm Braden Walter.
First up, we have Preston Hobart and Reese Nunnett on their excellent community service project.
Hello, I'm Preston. I'm one of the people that cleaned up trash around the school. I really do this to make it better for the community.
Obviously, my friend Preston gave the meaning, but we are looking at the GV community and asking for your help. We plan on making the society a way better place, and we plan on going out to help. The janitors really need it. So if you're interested, you can come meet in the tennis courts every Monday for help, or you can directly contact Tyler Stowe.
Wow, that's great, boys. We're looking forward to see your progress.
Next up, we have Blaine doing our Teacher Spotlight of the Week with Mr. Aragon.
Hello, my name is Blaine Lockard, and today I'm here with Mr. Aragon to learn a little bit about what he does here at the school. So, Mr. Aragon, what are the classes you teach at the school?
I teach 4 different classes: Computer Science Essentials, Cybersecurity, Computer Science Principles, and Computer Science A.
In those classes, what can students expect to learn?
Well, in the first class, you guys are going to create a mobile application, so you can create things for your phone. So it's a little bit of just kind of understanding the fundamentals of computer science and doing it at a low risk level as far as just the beginning stages and being able to create a mobile app with it and just have some fun with it. And go ahead.
What kind of students would you recommend these classes to?
Any student, really. Anybody who's interested in anything with computer science. Maybe if you're even unsure, just because of the fact that there are a lot of possibilities for careers and they pay very well. So it's something that I believe every student should just kind of think about and try out, whether it's, that first class that I mentioned or cybersecurity or any kind of other software development class. It's just something that you want to make sure that you look into because there are a lot of high-paying careers.
And finally, what is your favorite thing about teaching at the school?
Favorite thing about teaching? Oh, it's got to be goofing on kids. No, I get paid to make fun of kids. I'm joking, of course. That's part of it, but I do just like working with students and helping them out and just trying to make them successful.
Thank you, Blaine. That will be very helpful with next year's enrollment coming up soon.
Now we're going to pass it over to Kellen and Logan on this week's episode of Crunch Time.
Welcome to this week's edition of Crunch Time. I'm Kellen Stevens.
I'm Logan Long.
And this is your sports recap of the week. The Royals unveiled 4 new jerseys, one of which only having slight tweaks, but others having big major changes that we haven't seen so far in their jerseys. First, we'll talk about the away alternate, which is something we've never really seen, which has the old styling with the royal blue. What do you think about this jersey?
I like it. I think it's a good throwback. Kind of gives a nostalgic feel. Not changing up a whole lot.
Absolutely.
Not really. I'm always weary whenever teams change their jerseys, but this is a very good change.
Well, for a historic franchise like the Royals, where they kind of stick to their tradition, you can't really go too far. Like, you weren't going to expect a whole logo change or anything like that. But they were able to create something new that I didn't even know when they announced that they were making a new jersey, how they were going to create something that they hadn't already done. Everybody thought they were the all-powder blues, but they come out with these all-new jerseys, which are so different from everything else they've ever done. I mean, it looks really cool. I've seen lots of people favorable of this jersey, and I think I might be getting one soon. What about you?
I can't wait to see the fresh new look on the field. Yeah, I might cop one myself.
All right. The next jersey we'll talk about is the new powder blues, which weren't really changed massively, but they took away some of the royal blue that had been styled on it for a couple years now. And I don't know that I like it as much as the old ones, but I know a lot of people definitely prefer this new one over it.
Yeah, I'm fine. It looks almost the same. I've always been a fan of the powder blue. They're really slick.
I think that's what sets the Royals away. They did the powder blue before everybody else really did, especially like in the new MLB. But I was kind of hoping those new ones would have all powder blue, and I was kind of disappointed when I saw those white pins. And I mean, it'll only be a home alternate, but I mean, they wear the powder blue a decent amount. Next, the Royals switched it up with their new road jersey, which I don't really know how I feel. I really like the old one, but I think this one's also kind of neat. What do you think about how they changed it to kind of be like the away alternate?
Yeah, it's very similar to the away alternate, and it's just a good way to switch it up every once in a while,
Well, there's not much you can do with those road jerseys, honestly. The gray is quite boring, if I'm
Yeah.
being honest. But, I mean, they did something different with the road jerseys, which is something a lot of teams just don't do. The new homes, which I don't even know if I'd call it that. It's just a thicker stripe. But, I mean, it's a classic look, and I don't really think you change it.
Yeah, I mean, I like sticking with the classics. It's always been a good look. What do you think?
It's one of the cleanest home jerseys in the league. And I just don't see why you would change it. And they didn't try too hard. They just kept it how it was, and I like that. On to our coverage of the Kansas Jayhawks. They haven't lost yet. What do you think about that?
No, 3-0. They're doing pretty solid. Last couple of games, just solid wins against no-name teams. But Purdue jumped up in the rankings. They knocked the Jayhawks out of the top 3. Purdue's number 3rd now. I mean, they're 5-0. They got good quality wins the last 2 games. So Jayhawks looking to bounce back after that.
As much as it pains me as a Mizzou fan, KU looks really good. And you like to see them beat up on bad teams because they're just showing that they're better. And, I mean, they beat a good team with Michigan State. So
Yeah, Ochai Abaji, he's just bucket after bucket. 25 points the last 2 games, 29 the first outing.
and
He's looking good.
aren't they going to get Jalen Wilson back pretty
Yes,
soon?
sir, they are. Off the suspension, they're getting Jalen Wilson back. Looking to be a big playmaker.
I mean, this Kansas team could have national championship hopes if they keep it up, but I really hope they don't win that national championship. But with that being said, let's cover our Chiefs. They beat the Cowboys 19-9. What did you think about this game that everybody expected to be a shootout, but simply it wasn't?
Yeah, defensive battle. I mean, we saw Frank Clark get involved, Chris Jones.
Absolutely great game.
Yeah, great game on the defensive side. I mean, Mahomes just got to step it up, you know. Raiders outing was good last week, but the offense got to get it fired up again.
Yeah, I mean, the corners played excellent. Fenton, Ward, and Snead were all really good. Chris Jones was an absolute game wrecker. And I don't know that you could have asked for a better day from the defense against what had been the best defense or offense in the NFL. And honestly, I'm just disappointed in the wide receivers. Other than Tyreek Hill, it's been nothing. You think maybe Byron Pringle does something, but he's only getting a few targets. Josh Gordon hasn't done anything all year. Mecole Hardman, you just have to get more out of a second-round pick. It's frustrating, but hopefully they can get him on track. And I mean, if he does get on track, this offense will be in a good spot. And I really like how the defense has been playing the last couple months.
Yeah, it's good for the defense to take pressure off the offense, give them time to restabilize.
I think we've seen in Mahomes' career that he felt so much that he had to do everything.
Yeah.
And now you're kind of seeing the defense take some of that load, which is kind of good but kind of bad. You also expect this offense to be really good. The offensive line has been good all year, but the receivers haven't really been there. Just looking for production out of guys that aren't Travis Kelce and already doing it. On to our game of the week, Patriots at Bills. Who do you have here, Logan?
I got the Patriots 24-20. I mean, Mac Jones has been cooking. Defense, last 4 weeks, they've had...
I mean, the Patriots have been on a tear, but the Bills have been getting crushed by horrible teams. I don't see a way that Josh Allen doesn't see that as a gut punch and does not go crazy against the Bills.
I mean, this is definitely the start of a rivalry that will last for a long time. Mac Jones is trying to come into Buffalo. He's trying to make a statement. I see him going, bringing him to the win.
What happened with Jonathan Taylor, I think it's a fluke. I mean, that guy's a good running back, but you can't allow 5 touchdowns. That's not what the Buffalo defense is. They're way better than that. And I think that Buffalo wins here, 24-19. How do you see this game playing out?
Well, not going to be a huge high-flying game. I see the Buffalo defense trying to stop them after last week. And the Patriots defense, like I said before, looking really solid. I think they can stop Josh Allen.
I don't know that Josh Allen can be stopped. I think he's one of the better QBs in the league. I think these last 2 weeks have just simply been a fluke. I think he comes in and shows these Buffalo fans what they want to see. They want to see him beat the Patriots. I think it'll be a close game, but I just see Josh Allen being a key factor. I think him and Diggs both have good games.
It's going to be close. A great home field advantage for the Bills. It's going to be loud.
See, I don't think that's something you're taking a rookie quarterback into Buffalo. You aren't going to expect him to do good.
Yeah.
Well, it seems that we have differing opinions on this game. It will be interesting to see who wins. And thank you for watching this week's edition of Crunch Time. See you next week.
Thank you, Kellen and Logan. I can't wait to see our boys in blue rocking those new jerseys this spring.
In some recent news, with Black Friday just passing and Cyber Monday today, Christmas is less than a month away and shopping is in full effect.
With that being said, the Santa bus will be coming around to our local neighborhoods. You can find the time it will be coming to your neighborhood at gvsanta.com.
Now we would like to thank our sponsors, Grain Valley Muffler and Roses and Such Florist and Flower Shop.
Roses and Such offers a full-service shop with in-store, curbside, and delivery options for all your floral needs, which may include, but not limited to,
Funerals
weddings,
and gifts.
Grain Valley Muffler is a family-owned business since 1983 that offers inspection, custom exhaust work, and much, much more.
Now back to our GVHS announcements. Yearbooks are on sale in room 505 for $70. They can also be purchased online. See Miss Kennedy for any more questions.
Valley Kids is looking for A-plus tutors at each of the 4 elementary schools. See Coach Herbert for more details.
Grain Valley Papa Murphy's is hiring. Stop in and pick up an application today.
The Coffee Nest is open every day, 7:10 to 7:45 a.m. Cash and card will both be accepted.
Want to be an FBLA? Scan the QR code and complete the form. We meet in room 503 every Wednesday during Eagle Time. See Miss McElwain for more information.
And finally, don't forget to follow us on our social media platforms.
Thank you for tuning in to this week's edition of Eagle News. This was Hayden Hake.
And Braden Walter, you stay classy, Grain Valley.